represent the community. I know that all of you are honest and decent people, and I'm just going to read something for the record to preserve it for appeal. And again, I know that everybody here is doing a thankless job and being honest. I think that this commission has a blatant, irreconcilable conflict of interest. As Attorney General, I dealt with conflict of interest many times. For instance, in our office, at one time, we had hearing officers and prosecutors in the same office. I put a stop to that. I think your irreconcilable conflict of interest is caused by the following. Many of you are appointed by Mayor Fisher. Mayor Fisher has made it clear he supports this immense project. The city of Louisville has contributed millions of dollars to partner with LDG. And I think that you all should recuse yourself and refer this matter to another planning commission which is permitted under the Regional Planning Commission under KRS 100. Or you should refer it to a circuit judge, or you should refer it to a circuit judge to have commissioners appointed in your place. Again, I take no offense to any one of you. I just have to read that in the record and preserve it for appeal. Let me make it clear to you that I am not in any way, shape, or form opposing affordable housing. I favor affordable housing, and by choice, my wife and I live within a stone's throw of affordable housing. What I oppose is affordable housing that does not work. Affordable housing that combines weaknesses that strategically will not work. And let me tell you a little bit about my background so that, and I know time's of the essence, so I'm going to try to speed this up. Tell you a little bit about my background to give you that, the perspective that I'm coming from. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I was the county commissioner representing the 270,000 people in the eastern part of this county for 6 years. When I left office in my retirement party, Reverend Summers indicated, he said, no other public official has done more to support and help black people than Chris Gorman has. So I've been on the right side historically of those issues. But my qualifications for this are unique for what you face tonight. I majored in state and local government. I was assistant county attorney, and I handled the largest zoning case in the history of the county to that time, the Louisville Jefferson County Riverport Authority. I've been attorney general in Kentucky. I taught problems in problems in urban administration at the University of Louisville. I'm on the board of the Political Science Department at the University of Kentucky, and we discuss issues of this nature very, very frequently. I'm an alumnus of the Harvard Kennedy School of Government, where we discussed in many cases the successes and the failures of various public attempts to solve the affordable crisis problem. So why would I come here tonight and oppose this project? It's very simple. It's immense. It's immense. The attorney for the plaintiff, or the applicant, has indicated that it has to comply with the Comprehensive Plan 2040. And we agree with that. But the problem is compatibility. It in no way, shape, or form is compatible. Let's look at it. Let's look at what's near. The closest residential to this project is Smithfield Green. 178 units for this project, 28 for that. Brick for that project, no brick for this project. An elevation, 2 stories for that project, no setbacks of any real nature on this project. They have a 100-foot setback. Let me tell you about affordable housing that works. I live by choice, and my wife do, next to Hunting Hills Apartments. By choice. because of my background. I said, that's a really neat place to live. Because you've got with one block, you've got the estate section of Honey Creek, you've got $1 million houses that abut up to that affordable housing project, and then you've got my townhouse and others in the $400,000 or $500,000 range. Walk my dog down there all the time. It is the absolute example of what Americana should all be about. Black people, white people, Hispanic people, all walking and playing together. I walk my dog, and here's a black man on roller skates with his dog, and they're running, and we give a big wave. Then I go down to the estate section, and I pass Dr. Johnson, who I used to work out by down at the Stat Fitness Center. It is absolutely something that works. My point to you is this, that you have something that works at Hunting Hills. If you look at the projects nationally that have been time and time again torn down because they have strategic flaws. They're highly dense. They're highly dense, and you put more people together, it just doesn't work. But Hunting Hills works. Prospect works. Prospect has led the way in affordable housing. Now, we're not asking you to do away 100% with this program. We want more affordable housing in Prospect. What we're asking you to do is to look at this project and recognize the fact that it is totally, absolutely incompatible with the neighborhood that it's in. No question about it. What we're asking you to do is to send it back, let the planners work with us, let the planners work with the applicant, Mr. Ashburn and his people, and see whether or not we can come up with something that works. As the mayor indicated, we visited various projects that they had. One of the projects that we visited was the project in Jeffersontown that has 60 units. What if this project had 60 units? Then it would work. Then you could make it 2 stories. Then you could perhaps, and I don't know about the gas station issue, but perhaps you could move it at 300-foot setbacks, put a berm, and you could go forward with it. Again, in closing, let me say that I've seen, and I respectfully say this, I've seen public officials many, many times with excellent, pure, wonderful motives, wanting to do everything they can to help poor people, and we all want to do that. But have you read the studies on urban renewal? And the fact that urban renewal, while we spend billions and billions and billions of dollars on urban renewal, many writers, including many minority writers, say it was a failure. It was a failure. All I'm asking you to do, in this world, you don't only have to work hard, you got to work smart. And I'm just asking you all to work smart. We're not opposed to affordable housing. We are opposed to this project because it is not compatible. The second thing is the gas station. Nobody wants to give people cancer, whether or not they're rich people or poor people. You're not doing anybody a favor if you approve this project and move people into affordable housing and then get cancer because of what you've done. And I'll say this to you as a Dutch uncle, and as an old country lawyer, you can listen to me or not.
Mr. Arwin, you've gone for 8 minutes now.
Pardon?
You have already gone for 8 minutes.
Okay. If I were in your shoes, I would not go for this project because the law on immunity of public officials is changing and changing very, very quickly because of the police officer suits. I were you, I would not vote for it because some creative lawyer, if you vote for it, and if they put 178 units here, some creative lawyer is gonna come and say that you voted for it knowingly and willingly and intentionally and put poor people at risk and at harm. We all know from Flint and other places nationally that poor people have been next to lead paint and they've gotten an even great. Why would you on the front end, Chief, why would you on the front end, knowing that you're going to put people in harm's way, why would you do that? So again, I appreciate very much the thankless test that you all have, and I ask sincerely that you consider the compatibility, the fact that it's incompatible, and the fact that you do not want to put poor people or any people in harm's way. Thank you very much.
All right,